Okay, we should be live. I'm going to be streaming the Harebrained Schemes Battletech Kickstarter beta, and I've done quite well against the AI recently, so I've decided for this match to give it a fair advantage, both in tonnage of the mechs involved and C-bills. You can see I've put a lance together here. That's worth a total of 13.8 million C-bills versus the 19.8 for the AI, so we'll be giving up 6 million C-bills. And the AI has 150 tons just in these two mechs, which is more than the mass of my entire lance. So to succeed here, we're going to have to exploit some of the flaws in the way the AI enters engagement. It's not very good at sticking together, so we should be able to split individual mechs off from their lance and wolf pack them down and then take numbers into further engagements. We're also going to be using maneuverability, and we're going to try and get as much as we can out of our pilot skills as possible. As the rock of my lance, I've got a Centurion CN9A. Its main gun is a AC-10, which is a very powerful weapon. One of the few weapons in the game that has a chance to one-hit kill a mech, thanks to its ability to destroy the cockpit pilot all in one go. I've got Ozone in that Centurion. Ozone's special ability is Bulwark, which means if he doesn't move, he gets a 50% damage reduction against all attacks that hit him from the front and the sides, and he gets a big stability bonus as well. So he's hard to knock down, hard to kill as well, because the Centurion comes with a reasonable amount of armor for a 50-ton mech. I have a classic Jenner with Paradise in the cockpit. Paradise's ability is evasion. So after his mech moves, it gets the ability to dodge 50% of the attacks that come at its way. It's a very powerful ability. It gives great survivability to the mech he's in if you can keep it moving. And the AI is not great at negating that. You can negate it with melee attacks or the sensor lock ability, but the AI doesn't really do that intelligently at the moment. In a Panther, I've got Apex. She's got Precision Strike, so if attacking with a single weapon, I get to ignore the guarded state or cover of a particular enemy. And finally, in a Locust, that's the 1S version that has 2 SRMs and a medium laser. So it's a really good backstabbing mech. If you can get it into the rear arc of even these heavy mechs the AI is going to have on its side, then it can do some damage. And he's got the sensor lock ability, which is going to allow me to counter the evade of my opposing Paradise, or potentially allow me to get some long range, like a long range PPC shot in from the Panther, maybe an LRM, indirect LRM barrage in from the Centurion. I'm facing up against a very fearsome heavy support mech in the Catapult. It's got 2 LRM-15s it can lay down. Pretty devastating long range fire support. We have a Jaeger mech or Jaeger mech that's got great long range direct fire weapons. The AC-2, the AC-5 are both buffed from the tabletop versions of those weapons. The AC-5 does as much damage as a PPC with none of the heat. The AC-2's got very long range and does a bit more damage than the medium laser. They have a Vindicator. I'm not sure, and this is the preset medium support lance, I'm not making any changes. I'm not sure Buckshot's the best choice of pilot. I think the Vindicator is a mech that does quite well moving around, and getting a benefit for standing still with it may not be that relevant, we'll see. And they've got Paradise in a Locust, the cheapest just medium laser and machine gun version. Can still be very tricky, could be very difficult to kill with this evade if I can't sensor lock it. So let's see how things go. This is the biggest advantage I've given the AI in terms of C-bills and tonnage. So I might not win this one.
Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
So as I said, I think one of the keys to victory for me in this is going to be taking local superiority of forces So isolating one of the enemy's mechs, engaging it with all 4 of mine, killing it as quickly as I can before the other mechs can get involved, and then just taking that numerical advantage and rolling with it. I'm going to be outgunned. I'm hoping I'm not going to be outclassed in this. And working against me, we're going to be contending with indirect fire barrages from the catapult.
Command interface initiated.
Lovely landscape here.
If the Jaeger mech gets a good line of sight of me from a long way away, it's going to probably be able to shred my mechs before I can get close enough to do anything. This should be pretty challenging. So we have Paradise in the Jenna, Witness in the Locust. I want Witness in his Locust well out of sight. We don't have jump jets, so we probably won't be able to access his higher reaches here. I want Witness to be out of any direct engagement to start off with, and then using his sense lock ability to make my other mechs better, and then when the time's right I want to bring him in for a crucial backstab on some vulnerable rear armour. So bearing that in mind, this looks like a reasonable out of the way island to keep him on. I can skip to here and maybe circle around. So we're going to start off with Witness, getting him off in that direction. This may not be a bad place to have our Panther waiting. It's got a PPC as the main weapon, which is a long-range energy weapon. And with Apex's precision strike, hopefully it will provide some decent support fire. Now the Jenna runs pretty hot if you use all of its weapons, so we're going to want Paradise dancing around in this water here.
What are your orders, Skipper?
And I want the Centurion somewhere where it's going to be able to draw the fire of the bad guys, soak it up with his bulwark ability.
Roger that, Commander.
I want him to provoke the enemy and tank a lot of their fire. We'll see if that works for me or if they ignore him. It's pretty dangerous ignoring any mech with an AC-10 at the moment. Now the AI will be starting out over here. Generally I think they tend to head straight for where you started, so I would expect them either to come down this channel or maybe cut across over this island.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Let's see if Witness can get any sort of sensor read on them. Should be safe behind this rock, and if not we'll be in cover and evasive as well. No sensor readings yet.
Reporting.
Okay,
Contact.
there's our first contact. Got no information about it at the moment.
Yup.
So being in a marsh is all upside, you're very hard to knock over. So I think we will move here. The Centurion doesn't tend to run too hot, especially early on in the engagement when it can't use all of its medium lasers.
Affirmative, Commander.
And as we want him to absorb some punishment, we don't want him falling over, taking pilot damage. He'll get enough pilot damage, I'm sure, from the volleys of LRM sent his way.
Awaiting orders.
Got a Panther to be in the water, able to use its jump
On my
jets
way.
out of the gap on this island if they try and flank round, or just able to use initiative to get out, take a pot shot, and then get back into cover before the enemy can respond. Okay, we're now into the initiative phase. And there comes that first mech. It's a light mech. It's Paradise and a Locust. Okay, sprinted up. I've got 3 mechs to go before their first one, and I think we can pretty much wipe Paradise out if I get
What can I do
this.
for you?
Just taking a standard move action. I don't want to expose myself to too much enemy fire. I should be okay here behind this island. Twist that way. How sure are we of that? Yeah, it's pretty high. If this Locust doesn't die, or if anything else gets line of sight, there's a good chance I could eat some LRMs. Which we don't want. So we're going to center lock this Locust, strip it of its evasive ability, strip it of its defensive bonus for moving fast, and then we're going to see if we can get rid of it. Now it's run straight up here to where Paradise is. We've got nothing else in the scopes at all. Paradise seems to have sprinted up.
What's the plan? Have no doubt, it will be done.
So I think we can use the fact that normally I'd be worried about taking this rear shot here, exposing the rear of my own mech to things coming down the river. But I don't think anything of theirs is going to be able to close the distance and shoot. You know, they might sprint into view, but they won't be shooting this turn, so I should have time to get out of the way. I've got great hit chances across the board. I'm right next to them. And if we look at the rear armour here, we've got 40 on the centre torso total, 35 and 35 there. So if 2 of the medium lasers hit the centre torso, he's dead. If a medium laser and some SRMs hit the centre torso, might be dead. This is probably it. And because we're in the water, firing all of our weapons doesn't even knock our heat up too much.
As you wish.
No downside. Still managed to miss some of that, but
I laugh at your downfall.
their Paradise is down. It's a bit weird how the art for Paradise is
Looks
this
like we
swarthy
have
bloke,
guests.
and the voice acting seems to be female. Okay, well we seem to be back up to the top of the initiative tree. I think what happened was we killed their Paradise. We didn't have any mutual sensor contact, so we went out of the initiative phase, and then it was the AI's turn. They got to move all their mechs up. We effectively skipped the rest of our go, and now we're back in the initiative phase because we have sensor contact again. So this is a 65-ton mech. It's either their catapult or their Jaeger mech. And I can find out with Witness they can't see me. Maybe I want to reserve everything down to here, have them come up, but they might get a rear armour shot in Paradise then, which would be awful. So if we reserve everything, their medium mech will go next. It's going to be one of these two back here. The medium mech was the Vindicator, which I don't think is especially fast. I don't think it would get line of sight and a shot on him, so I think we're okay to reserve for a phase. And then even if their medium mech goes first, which it does, here we go, 45-ton mech coming into range, it had to sprint. We've got the heavy mechs coming up next. It's a real risk. I mean, I'd love to be able to reserve. Let them go first. Get within range. And then hit them with the double whammy, 2 turns in one go. I think I'm going to have to gamble. This is deep water, I think. I don't think the enemy mechs can move into this darker blue water here. I haven't been able to before. In fact, let's find out.
Reporting.
So I can move all the way there, but I can't move there, so they have to come this way. I don't think they can get that shot. I think this little outcrop here means they have to be somewhere over here to see paradise. So I think we reserve everyone.
I'll wait here for now.
This is who they have left. No, that's not who they have left. I think it was this one here. There. Yeah, I think we're okay. We reserve again. Here they come. Great. So now we are completely free.
I hear ya.
So what I'm going to have to do to get a flanking shot, I am going to have to just work my way around here with Witness and then back this way to get behind them. And I think I start that plan by going this way.
Moving out.
And the Vindicator is going to be the easiest of these remaining mechs to put down. I've got a decent chance of doing that with a couple of rounds of firing. Especially with its evasive gone.
How might I help?
So we need to be in the water, I think, and then fire and then get out of dodge. Back up onto the island, pull them this way, let the locust then run in behind them. So that being the case, here goes nothing.
As you wish.
90% across the board, in the water again, so we don't worry about overheating. That was a miss even with all those 90%. How have we done? So most of the armour off that arm, which has just got the small laser in it, so that's not significant. Decent chunk of armour off that, where the LRM5 and the ammo is. Oh, if that goes up, that could do some damage. PPCs in this arm, which is untouched. Yeah, certainly not as effective as shooting the rear armour of a
Yes,
locust.
Commander.
Funny that.
Confirm.
Now I have a shot at the moment without moving. I have a much better shot here. Now I lose the ball, but it doesn't matter because I'm probably going to get to go again before the heavy things. I can't keep the stability bonus from the marsh and not move and get the ideal range for my long range weapons, so I think we definitely go for the calling then.
I'm rolling.
90%. Medium lasers aren't in range.
And forward.
Okay, well, you don't have your small laser anymore.
Standing by.
There's Apex. Both the Panther and the Centurion are a lot more mobile than they're meant to be, I suspect. So we have gold on both weapons there. No need to use a precision strike because they're not benefiting from cover or bulwark at the moment. So I can fire both, and we're in the water, so we're not going to generate any heat from that.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
100%. That's a bit more like it. Wow. So we destroyed that.
That's gonna hurt.
Let's also knock them down into the water. And we're back to the top, and we get to go again, which is pretty good. Well, destroying that section didn't send the ammo up. So still got a PPC and a medium laser. Definitely still a threat, that mech.
You have orders?
So at this stage I think discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Let's see if we can sprint somewhere completely out of line of sight.
Of course. Waiting on you, Commander.
Let's get that sprint in. And for our Panther,
Aye, aye.
we'll comfortably jump that behind this hill. And just in case they get a line of sight. So the Vindicator will have stood up. It runs in. It's sprinted to do that, so it doesn't get to shoot. It does have evasive.
Ready to rock.
I've only got a 60% melee chance, which is far from encouraging. So we'll stand still. No point in firing the RMs on 35%. We've got the refire penalty here, and they moved. I think we'll take off the AC-10. Just give them both medium lasers and stand our ground. Entrench ourselves. Oh, missed 270%.
That didn't hit.
Not Ozone's day. Now let's see what these heavy mechs can do. Catapult moves off. And indirect fire into the Centurion, even with the stability penalty, stability bonus, sorry, for standing still. Unsteadied by that. And the Jaeger mech comes up. Oof, and really lets him have it.
I'm losing armor bad.
And knocks him over.
Oh crap. Oh, that hit me.
Right, there's almost no armour on the rear of the Jaeger mech. Oops. And we don't. There. Well, I think we reserve everything. I hope that it's our go first so we can stand our Centurion up. Oh, it wasn't our go first.
I'm catching some serious shit here, Commander. Orders?
Well, he was meant to take the abuse, and he is taking it manfully. No central torso armour, almost.
I'm up again.
Head's untouched at least. We've got the accuracy penalties from standing up, unfortunately. But I think we're still going to do that.
Here we go. Critical hit.
Well, we did a good number on the Vindicator's armour. What's it got on the rear? Not inconsiderable.
Standing by.
I think our Panther is probably okay to move here. And we'll take
Moving
the rear
out.
arc shot. With both things we've got +2 defense from moving a short distance. Still 85%. We'll take those. Now, Paradise and Witness both. I think we want to reserve those to the next phase. Let's see what happens. Catapult jumps. Both our M15s into the side of the Panther. Getting rid of most of the armour, making it unsteady. now at least can run
What
up,
can I do for you?
and we'll get this rear armour shots in on the catapult.
Right, Commander.
It's got decent rear armour. I've only got low chances to hit. I
Let's get
think
fired up.
it's worth
There's work
inspiring
to
him
do.
to get us 95s across the board.
Take this.
Direct fire on the Panther takes off the left arm and the left torso. And a knockdown. Brutal.
I'm gonna need a
PPC at
medic.
least is in the right arm. So we're still pretty effective.
What's the plan?
And we have Paradise left. Now we will get to move again. So I feel reasonably okay. Let's see. We want to be shooting it from the right side where it's got no locations, or from the rear. We can't get there though. So let's settle for following up next turn then.
Consider it done.
So let him have it with everything.
You
Might have
should
been better
never
to
come.
inspire him. Yeah, we see him miss with a medium laser there. Oh, but we have got the Vindicator. So we just now have to worry about 2 mechs with a combined tonnage of what, 150 tons? 35, 70, 120, 140. Yep, the 2 mechs remaining mass more than all of mine put together. I do get to go first though.
You have orders?
Okay, we can get rear armour shots on the Jaeger mech. Might be worth taking them. What have we got here? 15. We've got nothing on the rear at all. Could do some pretty serious damage. The internal structure is quite high though, unlikely to kill them. And I think we can probably even afford to run up and shoot out of water.
Of course.
90% across the board.
I have a good feeling.
The difference not being in water rates.
You're squirming in your cockpit, aren't you?
Well, we've got a number of ammo crits. Nothing went kaboom though.
Standing by.
So we need Apex to stand up. I think I might try just jumping out of visual range with Apex.
Lifting off.
Got long range obstructed shots on the Jagermech and long range unobstructed shots, but exceedingly long range on the catapult. So even though it's obstructed, I think we'll take the shot.
Engaging target.
Put a bit of damage in. Witness.
I hear ya.
Now we need to move. We can move and get rear armor shots on the Jagermech. I think it's worth exposing ourselves to pretty extreme danger. We're completely untouched. 2 LRM-15 volleys can obviously mess with that, but there's not much internal structure here. Center torso is almost completely untouched, but we can blow off both the arms and maybe neuter this Jagermech. So let's try.
All weapons, arms go.
So that's half of the Jagermech's weapons down. It's unsteady. Again, we won't move, we benefit from the water. It's the undamaged side. It is the side though, there is a chance of striking some of these rear locations from the flank. It's unsteady, there's also a chance we'll knock it over, damage the pilot, give him an accuracy penalty when he stands up. Here we go. AC 10 hits, I think medium lasers both missed. LRMs go in, we do knock it down. Right, now they get to go. Well, I still have all my mechs when they're done. Whichever way you turn, you've got to give me a rear armor shot. You get one yourself though. Or precision strike, rear armor shot on Paradise.
They're looping around back.
And rear armor shots on Witness as well.
Hey! Knock it off!
Well, I knew I was going to be in for a pasting there. I threw everything I had into taking
Reporting.
this Jagermech out. This Jenner is in remarkably good shape. Oh, we took a bit of damage there. That's all on full. Nowhere else. Did we just evade everything it threw at us? That seems remarkable. Ah well, let's get the evasive bonus again. And we can't get cover. We can get water. Maybe though we're better off going for the catapult as we're a bit closer. And
Awaiting orders.
what can Apex do from up here? Shoot into the undamaged side of that. Take a long range shot at the catapult, the Apex. Not too useful. And Ozone can't act. Well, let's reserve. Let's see if Ozone is the smartest one to go first. That looks like obstructed rear shot to me. Can we move anywhere? For an unobstructed rear shot, and it looks like we can. We will lose the bulwark ability. but it's worth
Copy
it,
that.
I think. Yeah, we've got a decent chance of taking him out with this shot. I don't think I'm going to sweat the heat from the LRMs, even with the low penalty. Just if an extra 4 or 8 points of damage gets through, that might make the difference.
Lock it off. With
So
all
the AC-10 hits, and it does center torso. The JMech is toast.
target down.
So now all 3 of my light mechs
Good to go.
get to act, and it might be worth just sprinting and breaking contact with Witness. We've completely lost our SRMs. The rear arm and the catapult's still pretty good. The catapult is a very formidable adversary, even now, and it's got jump jets. And if it doesn't want to use its LRMs, it can use 4 medium lasers, which is no laughing matter.
How might I help?
I'm wondering if starting with an inspired paradise is the way.
What's the plan?
Paradise is still in great shape. Now we can get really close. Maybe don't want to get that close. Don't want the catapult to be able to jump jet behind me. We're still at a really good range here, so we'll move
Certainly.
on. Benefit from the water, benefit from his evasive. Will definitely inspire him.
Ha ha! You people don't know who you're dealing with.
Get the 95%.
Confirmed.
Way down the armor somewhat. Only somewhat though.
Yes, Commander.
Apex oddly benefits from some cooling.
Moving to
Despite
position.
standing on the rock there. That's a little visual bug I've seen on a couple of the maps. Your mech can appear to be standing on the land but gets the cooling bonus from the water. Benefit from the
Roger
precision
that.
strike, 80%. Into the center torso. And now Witness, I think.
Commander?
Now everyone's fired, we don't need to preserve line of sight, we can just sprint. Well, we can't sprint because we are unsteady. So we will run up into cover. Okay, we won't run up into cover. So we risk giving up a rear shot again.
Coordinates received.
We'll get around behind him. And we'll brace, we'll get rid of that unsteady buff and we will take the... Wow, that was a lot of dodges. Evasive really coming into its own there.
Waiting for orders.
At this point, I think we sensibly move a bit further back with Witness.
Right, Commander.
And we'll keep plinking at that rear armour with the medium laser.
Targeting enemy backside.
Into the internals. There's LRM ammo there. That could be good. So Paradise is going to keep moving, keep harassing, I feel.
How might I help?
The catapult's
Moving out.
prudently running away, limiting the potential I have for getting a rear attack with Paradise.
Good to go.
Oh, that's an overheat. Even with the being in the water.
It's getting hot in here. Aye, aye.
Paradise might have to lay low for a turn next. Or
On the
push
move.
Apex up. Take advantage of the water. Put a PVC shot in there. Through to the internals on that side, it looks like. Yep.
Orders.
And finally ozone. We just have a bad LRM shot at the moment, so we do have to step up. No bulwark for us, because we have to move, but we get to keep the pressure on this catapult. We've got it outnumbered 4-1, but a decent LRM volley can very quickly turn this thing around for this catapult. Oh, the AC-10. Let's not fire that. Just put some LRMs into it.
Affirmative.
Might get a crit on the exposed right torso. No, just unsteadied it. And now it gets to act. What did it do? It didn't fire. It moved. It's in the water. It didn't even brace. It's a very bizarre behaviour. I've seen the AI overvalue getting rid of the unsteady state. That's the first time I've seen it just walk forward and do nothing at all. That's a shame. Oh
You
well,
have orders?
may as well wrap this up then. So Paradise now can get this rear shot.
Confirmed.
Can't shoot everything. Oh, we'll shut down. We'll click off the SRMs. And one medium laser, say. We do bleed off a bit of heat that way.
I believe I have the advantage. Good to
Bring
go.
witness in. Oh, witness has to come in pretty close
On my way.
as well.
Got it. Critical hit, Commander. Commander. Prepping for
Jump
jump.
onto the damaged side. %95% on the PPC. They should transfer into the centre torso. Won't get all the way in.
Target's taking a critical hit.
And we knock it down. That gives Ozone some cold shots.
Yep. Location confirmed.
not quite ready to be inspired yet. Click off the other ends. Aim for that centre torso and see what happens. There we go.
Enemy eliminated.
So there we go, giving up a 6 million C-build advantage. Quite a significant advantage in tonnage and firepower. Still managed to do it without losing a mech, though we're losing a decent chunk of a Panther and the back of a Locust. And that's largely made possible, I think, by that AI glitch there at the end, and the way it's not really able to focus fire like we did to take down one mech at a time. And they really throw away their scout mechs. We saw their Paradise and the Locust just running completely unsupported, not making use of the initiative system at all. Basically just putting themselves a mech down right from the beginning. So again, I mean, I still really enjoy the game. I think there's a lot of the mechanics there are pretty good. I think we could do with a bit more granularity in terms of bringing some of the elements of the tabletop rules in a more gradiated heat scale where you suffer penalties, smaller penalties earlier on in the heat scale, so heat management is more of a excuse me, a challenge. More components in the mechs to be critically damaged, actuators that reduce movement speed or melee effectiveness, gyro hits for unsteadiness, engine hits for heat issues and movement penalties. Just something that every time you do get through to the internals you feel like you're scoring a critical hit and you are degrading their ability rather than just reducing a number to 0. And hopefully we'll see improvements in the AI either during the course of the beta or if not at least when the full game comes out. And there's certainly a lot of mechanics here. There's a lot of strategy and well, a lot of tactics rather, I would say, in picking the lance and then using it effectively. I think it could be really interesting in multiplayer. Still really looking forward to the PvP update for the beta that will come out. Maybe that will bring with it a couple more mechs as well, which would be nice. But we'll see. Anyway, I'll leave that there for the highlight, and then maybe start another match. Yeah, I've got time. Skip the survey this time around.